Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ole Gunnar Solsjaer backs Manchester United to sell Paul Pogba and replace him with a player that wants to be at Old Trafford. Paul Pogba could be leaving the football club in January. Now, Mini Raiola told 2 Sport recently that Paul Pogba's time at Manchester United is over and he will not sign a new contract. He did mention that he's unhappy and he has to leave and he has to change teams in January. Paul Pogba is unhappy at the football club because he wants Bruno Fernandes's role. But where will Paul Pogba's next club? Who will Paul Pogba's next club be? Will it be Real Madrid? He's been relentlessly linked with a move to Real Madrid. Earlier on this season, he did make an admission saying that one day his dream is to join Real Madrid. Will he make a return to Juventus? Pogba did endure 4 good years with Juventus, but the vast majority of his performances at Man United have been totally comparison to his ones at Juventus. Will he go to PSG? They've been in for him before. Will he go to Barcelona? They've been in for him before. Will he go to Manchester City? Will he be Carlos Tevez number 2? Now, earlier on this season, we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract, so Pogba's under contract with Man United until June 2022. Now, during the last international break, like he updated you on, Paul Pogba made quite a few comments, saying like this season has been the most difficult period in his career. He says playing for France is a breath of fresh air. And in general, he was talking about his Man United struggles this season. And reflects on them comments, he did receive a lot of criticism. Didier Deschamps, the France manager, he was talking a lot about, Paul Pogba during the last international break, saying that obviously he cannot be happy at Manchester United for playing out of position and for being left on the bench. And he basically said that he understands Paul Pogba better than Ole Gunnar Solsjaer. Now, Paul Pogba did recently start the game against West Ham. That was his first start for Manchester United in the Premier League for over a month, and he scored a fantastic equaliser. He didn't start against PSG, but he did come on. But prior to the PSG game, he'd missed our last 3 games because he had an ankle injury. Ole confirmed that that ankle injury was totally contrast to the one that he had last season. But to be honest with you, I think we look much better without Paul Pogba in the team. I think Ole's confirmed that he will be starting the game tonight against RB Leipzig. Pogba's into his 5th season at the football club since he rejoined. He's made over 100 appearances for us in all competitions. He's won 3 trophies at the club, and that was the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. And he's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. Don't forget, we had him when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Jamie Carragher has recently come out and said that Paul Pogba is the most overrated player that he knows in his life. And he says that Manchester United need to get rid of him. Jamie Carragher's criticised him quite a few times. Now, a Paulo Dybala or Cristiano Ronaldo swap deal for Paul Pogba is a possibility. Now, I just want to give you some news on Cristiano Ronaldo. Our sponsors, Chevrolet, are willing to finance a move to help us get Cristiano Ronaldo back to Manchester United. But obviously, Ronaldo would demand a huge fee. And obviously, we'd be paying him a lot in wages. Now, I think Ronaldo's on around £540,000 a week or something like that at Juventus. He's been at Juventus now for a few years. Juventus did pay £100 million for him from Real Madrid back in 2018. Cristiano Ronaldo did enjoy a good 9.5, 10 years with Real Madrid. And obviously, before then he was at Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo enjoyed 6 years with us. Obviously, he won 3 Premier League titles. He won the Champions League, he won the FA Cup, and he won the FIFA Club World Cup. And he scored 118 goals in 292 games in all competitions. Obviously, at the time we got him, we paid just £12 million for him from Sporting Lisbon. Ronaldo began his playing career at Sporting Lisbon. Ronaldo's won around 30 major honours in his playing career. Obviously, he's won 5 Ballon d'Ors. He's nearly 36 now. He's still regarded, though, as one of the best players in the world. And would you take Paul Dybala as part of a deal of Pogba going back to Juventus? But obviously, from our perspective, we want to cash in for Paul Pogba. We don't want to obviously let him go on a free transfer. And it said a few weeks ago that Pogba is intended on leaving the club on a free transfer. I think probably next year we'll probably get from between 50 to 60 million pounds for him. So that's the breaking news on that. I think, Jack Grealish would be a good replacement for Paul Pogba. Don't forget we was in for Jack Grealish during the summer transfer window. But obviously Villa said that they wanted around £80 million and that had put us off. And obviously we had concerns about where he would fit in the team. Jack Grealish, was it before the start of the season, signed a 5-year contract with Aston Villa, and so far he's spent the entirety of his career with Villa. Obviously now he plays on that left-hand side. Eduardo Camavinga, he's been another player we've been looking at to replace Paul Pogba, and it said not so long ago that he will be available for around £45 million next year. But it's good that we are making plans for next year. Obviously, Manchester United need more signings. There has been a lot of players on our agenda. We're obviously going to focus on the outgoings next year, though, as well as the incomings, because there's still deadwood in the squad that we need to get rid of. Now, obviously, Jesse Lingard, I think we'll get rid of him next year. Jesse Lingard's agent has been exploring a move for Jesse Lingard in January. Villa have been interested in Lingard, so too have Celtic and Rangers. Lingard is very inconsistent. He doesn't regularly get in our team now. Don't forget there was a period where he didn't score 1 goal or register an assist in the Premier League for over a year. I think Phil Jones, he'll go next year. Phil Jones has been very, very inconsistent for Man United. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. I think Jones is now into his 10th season at the football club. He's currently out with injury at the moment. I think we need to sell Rojo next year because Marcus Rojo's never really established himself as a first-team regular since he came. We paid just over £16 million for him from Sporting Lisbon back in 2014. Don't forget last season he was out on loan with Estudiantes. I think Sergio Romero will go because Sergio Romero is now our third choice goalkeeper. Romero's endured around 5 years or so at the club. We got him on a free transfer from San Pandora back in 2015. Matic could leave next year because Matic has actually lost his place in the team. The only reason he was playing recently because Pogba was out of that ankle injury and McTominay had a knock. I am being impressed with Matic when he has played this season. He had some good games though towards the end of last season. Matic has enjoyed a good 3 years or so now at the football club. We paid £40 million for him from Chelsea back in 2017. I think Juan Mata could leave next year. My element of concern about Juan Mata is that he's lost that yard of pace and he's now, 33, 34 years of age. He's enjoyed some good games this season. Juan Mata's had a good career at Man United. He's enjoyed a good 6 years or so at the club. He scored 50 goals in all competitions and he's made over 200 appearances in all competitions. We got him from Chelsea back in 2014 for £40 million. Or was it just under £40 million? Daniel James, he could possibly go because Daniel James has lost his place in the team. And when he has played, he has been out of form. He played a lot of games though last season for Man United. We got him in a deal worth £18 million from Swansea. Obviously, a few weeks ago, there was rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan in January because Brandon Williams is now our third choice left-back following the arrival of Alex Telles. Williams played a lot last season though, didn't he? Because obviously there was a couple of periods where Luke Shaw was out with injury. Was it during the summer Brandon Williams signed a 4-year contract with Man United? At the start of this season, we give him that number 33 shirt. Obviously, the other week, there was rumours of Dean Henderson going out on loan in January. Obviously, Dean Henderson's second choice at the moment, and there's a lot of Manchester United fans saying that Dean Henderson should now be number one. But I think Solsjaer will keep David De Gea as number one for this present time. But Solskjaer did say prior to the Istanbul Başakşehir game that Dean Henderson wants to play for Man United and he won't go out on loan. Don't forget, Ed Woodward said the other week that Manchester United will back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a long-term plan centred around summer transfer windows. Woodward's come out quite a few times to support Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but Ole does deserve more backing at the football club. I don't think he's been backed enough, and during the summer transfer window he wasn't backed enough because we missed out on all of his priority targets. I don't think any of our managers have been backed enough since the Sir Alex Ferguson era, and this is the main explanation why we have been so critical of the board. The board's been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years. But yeah, we have been in a good vein of form recently. We've won our last 4 league games in a row. I think we're now sitting, 5th in the Premier League or 6th. When we beaten West Ham, we went into the top 4. We've won our last 9 away games in a row in the league. And we haven't lost away from home in the Premier League since January. So away from home, we have been absolutely exceptional. Yeah, we've been absolutely exceptional away from home. But it's been up and down this season, hasn't it? This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's second full season as Manchester United manager. And I did say, didn't I, this was going to be a massive season for him. And I said if we could finish in the top 4 this season, and if we could win a trophy, that would represent a very, very good season for Man United. Then that would give us something to build on. And there's a good chance we could win a trophy this season. We could win the Carabao Cup, put into the quarterfinals of that. We could win the FA Cup, but I don't think we'll win the Premier League, and I don't think we'll win the Champions League. But Solsjaer did say, didn't he? Manchester United can win the Premier League, and he made an admission saying that, the job is not too big for him. At some point this month, it's Ollie's 2-year anniversary at the football club, because he's been Manchester United manager now for almost 2 years. He has got a contract with the football club until 2022. He was asked about a new contract a few weeks ago, and he came out and said that a new contract is not his priority at the moment. His priority is leading the club to long-term success. And he did say, that the team are going places under his management. Despite our good vein of form recently, though, I still don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the long-term manager for Man United, because I just think he's out of his depth, and a lot of his decision-making concerns me. And he hasn't got that proven pedigree as a manager. Manchester United is the third club in his managerial career. Obviously, before he came to us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. And before Molde, he was at Cardiff, and he enjoyed a very, very short tenure at Cardiff. The main explanation he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting Cardiff relegated. Didn't they? But reflects how long Ollie's been at Man United, he has learnt quite a bit. I have taken positives from his tenure, like I've already said. He's made good signings since he became Manchester United manager. He spent over £200 million, and he's endured 4 transfer windows. He's obviously got rid of quite a lot of the deadwood since he came in. Ollie did well last season, his first full season. He got us to 3 semi-finals. He got us qualification for the Champions League, and he also got us 3rd place. I like the way he's promoted the youth. We've enjoyed some good periods under him. But like I've already gone through with you, Solskjaer needs to still identify his best 11, because I don't think he knows his best 11. I think he needs to select the right formation. He has gone a lot with a 4-2-3-1 formation since he got appointed in as Man United manager. A few times he's gone with a 4-3-3. A few times he's gone with a 4-1-2-1-2. And in a lot of the big games, he's gone with that 3-5-2 formation. But I can see Ole Solskjaer still being Manchester United manager in January. So like I've said, he'll have to decide on who he's going to sign. He's obviously got a great idea of obviously the players he's going to get rid of. There's obviously been a lot of rumours of Mauricio Pochettino replacing Solskjaer, hasn't there? A few times Massimiliano Allegri has been on our agenda. A few weeks ago, Julian Nagelsmann was also on our agenda. And it mentioned that Thomas Tuchel from PSG was on our agenda. But to be honest with you, it wouldn't solve a lot if we did sack Solskjaer, because he hasn't only been the problem at the football club, has he? Obviously, we haven't got the structure to keep sacking managers anyway. We're not even known as a sacking football club, despite the fact we've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson left. Obviously we sacked Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. But in the last 8 years, Manchester United have been playing catch-up. We've obviously had different managers with different philosophies. We've spent over £1 billion on players, and we've brought around 36 players in since Ferguson left. So people will say, reflecting on the money that's been spent over the years since Ferguson left, we should be much more of a commanding position than we are in. Ole is, inheriting, a lot of players here from the Jose Mourinho era. There's still some players here from the Louis van Gaal era. One player here from the Moyes era. And there's only 2 players here now from the Sir Alex Ferguson era. The vast majority of this team is Jose Mourinho's. Like I said during the summer though, and I've said it a few times after, Solsjaer has been in a similar position to what Mourinho was under, because Mourinho made it clear to our board that he wanted a centre-half, and obviously Jose Mourinho never got that centre-half in. And that's one of the main explanations why it didn't work out for him at Man United, but Mourinho didn't get on with the board in general. He had bad disputes with our top players. And I've got to say, we did appoint him in too late. We have made a lot of mistakes in the last 8 years. You know, that's one of the main explanations why we have been so inconsistent. I think it would be very beneficial if Manchester United could get a director of footballing, because I think that's one of the structural changes that we need at the club. We've been in the process of trying to get a director of footballing now for like the last 3 seasons or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, a big game tonight for Manchester United against RB Leipzig. We only need 1 point to qualify for the knockout stage. If we lose the game, we are out of the Champions League and we are back in the Europa League. And then questions will have to be answered if we don't beat RB Leipzig or draw with them. And we'll lose money if we go back to the Europa League. Solsjaer did say, though, in his press conference yesterday that Man United are not going to play for the draw that they need. Playing for 0-0 is not in our genes. And he basically said our recent comebacks will haunt RB Leipzig, because in all our 5 away games in the league so far this season, we've come from behind to win. And, you know, we beat RB Leipzig at Old Trafford 5-0 almost 2 months ago. Obviously, Marcus Rashford had scored a hat-trick, and the other goals came from Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood. But I think this game at RB Leipzig tonight is going to be totally contrast to the one at Old Trafford. As you all know, there's no Anthony Martial and there's no Edison Cavani. They have got niggles, that's been confirmed by Ollie. But the good news is that, you know, we have got David De Gea back. He's just come back from a slight knee injury. And we've got Luke Shaw back. He's just come back from a hamstring problem. And I've already given you my starting 11 prediction for the game. I think Ollie is going to revert to a back 3 tonight. I think he's going to go with a 3-5-2 formation. But yeah, Anthony Martial and Cavani are a miss. But RB Leipzig, they're a good team. They've got one of the best young managers in the world in Julian Nagelsmann. You know, he guided RB Leipzig to the Champions League semi-final last season. And they also finished 3rd in the Bundesliga last season. At the moment in the Bundesliga, they are sitting 2nd. And they've got some good players in their team. They've obviously got Danny Olmo, Emil Forsberg, and Yusuf Poulsen and Christopher Nkunku. They are players that we need to be aware of. I like Marcel Sabitzer. Dayot Upamecano's good. Good news is, from Man United perspective, he's suspended for tonight's game. I didn't even know that till recently. We've been linked with Dayot Upamecano quite a few times. Next summer, he's going to be available for around £36 million, because that's when his release clause does become active. And RB Leipzig have got quite a few injuries. So, massive game tonight. We've got a massive game on Saturday against Manchester City in the league. City will be difficult, you know, because City have been in good form recently. You know, they recently beat Fulham. They beat Burnley not so long ago. You know, City have got one of the best managers in the world in Pep Guardiola. You know, Pep Guardiola's won quite a few trophies at City. You know, he's won 2 Premier Leagues with them. He's won the FA Cup. He's won a few League Cups. And became the first manager to register 100 points in a season. But he's got a good pedigree, he's Pep Guardiola anyway, because he did very, very well at Barcelona and Bayern Munich, didn't he? You know, he won the Champions League, I think, with both of them. He hasn't won it at Manchester City, you know, yet. Manchester City's priority is actually to win the Champions League because they actually haven't won it. Not so long ago, Pep Guardiola signed a 2-year contract at Manchester City. City obviously won the title under Manuel Pellegrini, and they also won it under Roberto Mancini. When they won it under Roberto Mancini, that was their first title in 44 years. There's a chance we could beat City. You know, last season we beat them 3 times out of the 4 times we played them. You know, we beating them 2-1 at the Etihad, we're beating them 2-0 at Old Trafford, and we're beating them in the second leg of the Carabao Cup 1-0. But obviously that wasn't enough for us to progress because City were 3-1 up from the first leg. But City have got some really, really good players. You know, they've obviously got Gabriel Jesus, they've got Aguero, they've got Raheem Sterling, you know, they've got Riyad Mahrez. They've obviously got that Ferran Torres. They got him during the summer. They've obviously got Kevin De Bruyne, regarded as one of the best midfielders in the league. They've obviously got Ilkay Gundogan. They've got Rodri. Obviously Benjamin Mendes, one of their left backs, but he's injury prone, is Benjamin Mendes. I like that Phil Foden. I like the way he's progressed up the ranks at City. I think they've still got Otamendi and Fernandinho. John Stones is still there. He's very inconsistent though, John Stones. I don't think he's good. They've obviously got Kyle Walker. He's their right back. They've got Nathan Ake. He's one of their centre-halves. They got him during the summer from Bournemouth. They've obviously got Ruben Diaz as well from Benfica during the summer. Don't forget City let a few players go. They let Vincent Kompany go. They let, you know, David Silva go. Joe Hart left them. Yeah. And then after City, we're away to Sheffield. And then after Sheffield, it's Leeds. So games are coming up thick and fast for Manchester United. They really, really are. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.